Welcome. We are doing the big quiz for our business development manager, which is Cara. She's here with us. Cara, say hello.
Hi.
And
Nervous.
we also have, very nervous, of course, because we're terrifying.
Yep.
Andy, who is our project manager extraordinaire.
Hello, Cara. How are you?
Andy, I'm good, thank you. Not spoken to you for a while.
And we have me. I'm the project coordinator and the one with all the pizzazz.
Absolutely.
So I think we're just going to get right down to it.
Okay.
We're here to test your knowledge about what project managers do.
Okay.
And specifically what me and Andy are all about.
Okay. Brilliant.
Are you ready?
You two.
You
Yeah,
ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready. Are you going to ask me a question, or will I just go into what I think you do?
We've got questions.
We've
Okay.
got questions. Yeah,
We've
very
got
specific
questions.
questions.
That we have pre-prepared. Okay, and I think we're just gonna fire in. And
Okay.
Andy, you're up with the first question.
Right, I'll go first. Right, a nice, easy one to start you off. Right, you should be getting this absolutely no problem because it's all about me. So, how did Andy, get into project management?
Andy Butler, our PM extraordinaire, got into project management actually because you're super organized and you wanted to be able, you were intrigued by the role, and they wanted someone who was 6'2" and delightfully handsome.
Yep, they had a 6'1" candidate who was better than me, but he wasn't tall enough.
He didn't have the face either.
No, he didn't. You're correct.
Or the one dimple.
It's two dimples. Yeah, correct. That is correct. Yep. No, and a roundabout way that is correct. Yeah, just appetite for it, and yeah, the organizational skills. Although I thought I was top of the organizational ladder until I met Elena, and she's completely trumped me. So yeah, even that I can't win it, unfortunately.
Yeah. And she's not 6'2". She's not 6'2".
I'm not even close to 6'2".
Well, we haven't met in person yet, so I don't know how tall she is.
Do you know? I was thinking I'm gonna wear my Doc Martens the first time we meet, just to give myself an extra 3 inches.
You should, and that's the only way that I'm ever 6'2" is when I wear my Doc Martens. So.
A liar! Get out of here! All right, okay, my turn. Now, how did I get into project management, Cara?
Oh, Elena, when I joined in August, you were our communications executive extraordinaire. But then you had your eyes set on the development side of things at Adeo, and then you moved into client services, which was an amazing role for you. But your brightness of future was in project management. You are so organized and so lovely with clients that it made sense that you then moved to working with Andy in the project management team.
That is pretty much hit the nail on the head there, yeah. And I'm blushing. It's not just these red balls. Okay, Andy.
Okay, so you know a little bit about us and what we do. Why we get into project management, but can you tell us what we do in a sort of day-to-day role? But there's a twist.
Okay.
You have to explain it like you would explain to a 10-year-old. So simplified language, what do we do if you were explaining it to someone who was 10?
Okay. Lily's 10, my daughter's 10. So if I was to say what you two do, we speak to companies that are looking for either a website or an app project. And once I found out all the information, I pass it on to you, lovely two, and you look after absolutely everything to do with the project. So that is from their idea to organizing all the different parts in it. So you make sure that the end of the project is exactly what they asked for at the start.
That's correct. That is essentially what we do. We sort of hold the client's hand through that process from start to finish and try and break down a lot of the complexities and just put it in kind of simple terms to try and help the client kind of feel that we're really kind of we care and we're delivering the project. And it can be any project. It can be a specific part of a project, like the design of a website or the development of a website, or as you mentioned, the full process.
Yep.
And what do we do internally with our teams on a day-to-day basis?
Oh, good question. Good question.
Oh my goodness, I couldn't. I've always said to you two that project management would be my least favorite job in Adeo because I'm not built for it at all. So day to day, you have lots of meetings. First of all, what I love that is you two always have a catch up first thing in the morning to make sure that you're on the same page with all of the projects. We have loads of projects going on just now. So you have internal meetings, you have client meetings. You two are amazing at joining first meetings with me as well. It really makes a difference that they've got the business development manager and then project management to be able to hold their hand and make sure that it's transparent in regards to the project life plan. And then what else do? You say that you're busy an awful lot. You don't take my calls sometimes because you're too busy. And you really, the most important part for a project going to plan is that the communication between you guys and the development team and the design team and the content team is always in synergy with each other.
Good words.
Very good.
Like
A plus.
Correct,
Except
correct,
for the
correct.
fact that I answer your calls. It's just Andy.
Actually, Elena, yes, you do. That's
Yeah.
very true.
And the only reason
That's because I love you. You know.
Well, I mean,
whereas
that's
Andy. I don't know if he's there yet.
a strong accusation. Accusation. No, the only reason that I don't take your calls sometimes, Cara, is because I'm actually working on other client work or projects, or sometimes on call to the clients. So, you know.
Okay. Clients are more important, marginally more important than taking my call. I'll give you that, Andy.
Yeah, fair.
Good answer nonetheless.
Well, I think we've sort of already covered this, but if you could divulge a bit of information as to our favorite type of project.
So I know the answer to this question because I always ask you if you could have an ideal project or an ideal client, who would it be? And neither of you are specific on an industry or a company because you love them all, but your favorite type of project is one where a company comes along, learns about us, and then trusts us implicitly with our talents and with you holding their hand throughout as well. Communication is key for you, so understanding their communication needs and making sure that they understand exactly where the project is at, and you have that really good two-way communication between clients. That's your favorite project.
That is a favorite project.
I don't have a bell, but I do have a pen and a mug.
Oh, I like it. It's
Very
like you're
good.
making a speech.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's our favorite type of project. So along the same sort of lines as that, what would be our favorite type of client? Now, you know, we love all our clients so much, but if we were to create bioengineer a perfect client, how would that look?
Your perfect client would come along, they would have an idea, but then say, we are looking for a two-way street in regards to what you think is experts and what we are envisaging from the project, and really making sure that through every single step that they understand why we've done something, and likewise they trust us with what they're doing as well. And again, communication is key to any project going on time, on budget, and exactly what they were looking for.
Yep, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I think the key thing for us is just having that interaction and involvement from day one, with a client, and really understanding what the key objectives are, what the timeline is, what the budget is, and then once we've got that information, we can kind of piece the rest together quite quickly, and then obviously having that continuous point of contact throughout the life cycle of the project. So yeah, just really being hands-on and trusting in us to be the experts at turning the project into something fantastic, but also being with us every step of the way to interact with. So yeah, correct.
Yep. Thank you.
Well done.
Thanks.
Okay, we're getting close to the end here, but this is my question now. What do you think is the best bit about managing projects? Don't laugh at me flipping my hair. I have a lot of hair, okay?
I'm laughing at you.
I'm
only laughing because you said it's my question now, as if that's my turn. I'm on the stage and everyone should watch.
Well, exactly. Yes.
Yep.
That's favorite.
Correct.
What is your favorite part of managing a project? When all of what we've just said in regards to communication and the plan and the project ideas all comes together in just a really concise, methodical way. Everyone internally is working to timescales, and the client is communicative and on board as well. So everything happening in a beautiful little journey of wonderment.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, spot on. That's what I think
Correct.
of myself every day.
Yep.
A beautiful journey of wonderment.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to change your
We're
job
going to use,
to.
yeah. Well, we should have that as like a quotation in the office.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Loving it.
with your, definitely. Okay, so last question. You're almost there.
Thank you.
If you were to take everything that we've discussed and everything that you've learned over the last kind of 10 months or so, and put all that together and come up with a metaphor for project management, what would it be? What would we use as our metaphor for project management? If someone said to us, give us a short, snappy, little metaphor as to what PM being a PM or the life of a PM is all about.
Okay. So this is the challenge. This is actually because both of you have told me a metaphor or an analogy for project management, and this is not that I've got favourites. However, one time back, a couple of months ago, you had said, Andy, that your job is like a transport hub, like a train station hub. You've got all these things that are going on, but you need to understand everything that's going on, and everything has to go to time. I like that. I'd give that a strong 7 out of 10.
But
then Elena came along, and then she said that there's an orchestra. There's so many other things going on, but you cannot have an orchestra without a conductor.
Perfect.
10 out of 10.
Perfect.
Thank you.
And that's obviously comes from Elena's strong musical and artistic background as well. So I mean, even more on point.
Absolutely. But Elena is extremely musically talented, but we cannot have this without saying that you are too, Andy. So if there ever was like a PM band, I could play the tambourine in the background, but you two are extremely musically talented.
I think we would fight for the spot up front,
For lead vocals.
Yeah. Or it would have to be some sort of duo. If it was like Elton John and George Michael, we could do like Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me together.
Sure.
And we could
or like a Hall & Oates.
Yeah, a Hall & Oates, yeah. And Ebony and Ivory. Anything.
Exactly. Simon and Garfunkel.
There's so many. Why are we pretending? Why are we pretending to be like all these other people? Why are we not just doing it ourselves?
Excellent.
Andy and Elena.
Just as iconic.
Elena and Andy?
Nah, Andy and Elena is alphabetically correct. It rolls off the tongue easier, so I definitely think Andy and Elena. Maybe even just Andy featuring Elena.
Andy with Elena.
Yeah, Andy in brackets, Elena.
No, or you could merge it together. Andena. Ooh.
Maybe.
It's actually not bad.
Maybe.
Featuring Cara on the tambourine.
We better be good because we've got the name, everything sorted. We might not, neither of us might be able to sing.
Yeah, no one's ever heard either of us.
I've heard you sing, Elena. I haven't heard Andy yet, though.
Have you?
I'm sure I have.
Oh.
Well, and the next night out, we'll do a karaoke night out, and we'll definitely do that.
Can I be Audrey and you can be Seymour, please, Andy?
Every day of the week.
Yes. Thank you, PM team.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Congratulations. You hit the nail on the head and you know exactly what we do.
Thank you.